Hello and welcome to a new Let's Play on my channel. I'm Agent of Mischief, and today we are going to be, for the very first time, checking out Disco Elysium. I have heard nothing but good things about this game and how fun it is, and just how absolutely buck wild the dialogue options are. And I do love just a really weird, completely out of left field dialogue option. Let's get into it. Okay, select archetype. Extremely intelligent, very bad with people, most interesting facts, come up with original ideas. Sensitive, very psychological and magnetic personality but unstable. Might begin to lose his mind. Physical. Acts of the world through his body, gets things done, but dumb as a rock. I feel like Thinker is probably what I'm going to have the best time with. Maybe some other time I'll try creating my own character, but let's go with Thinker. The Furies are at home in the mirror. It is their address. Even the clearest water, if deep enough, can drown. R.S. Thomas. Alright, let us begin. Hopefully this isn't too loud because I can't turn the settings down any lower. So, if not, this might have to be something I end up playing on my own time.
There is nothing, only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it, no larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore.
Sounds lovely, thank you.
Ever.
Oh.
Never, ever.
Never, ever, ever?
Never, ever, ever, baby. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic source. It's bloated and shameful, a ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
No, I wanted to know about the X something.
Ex-love. Ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyss of pelagic zone.
No, I want to get off now. I like pain and burning light and wanting things from people who don't want to give them to me.
Do you really?
I do. Let me off.
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why did you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion? Or did you not sense yourself marinating? Poured so much on yourself. Got a bit carried away, did we, Chef?
Wait, I did this to myself?
Yes. Your one disco mother.
Tell me, what's waiting for me?
There's this giant ball there. An evil apes. And the evil apes are juking it out on the ball. You're one of them. It's basically All just evil apes juking it out on a giant ball.
How big is the ball?
You can't even make out it's a ball when you're joking it out. It's that large.
How big is the ball?
You can't even make out it's a ball when you're
Okay, fine.
joking it
How
out.
small are the apes?
Infinitesimally small.
And this duking it out I keep hearing about, what's that?
Vying for resources. It's just a stupid expression you picked up somewhere. The part of the presentation you want to take home with you is this. You have to beat the other evil apes in the face, or you lose.
It's sad.
Yes, it is. And you drowned in that sadness a long time ago.
What do you mean drowned?
You lost.
The sound outside, you recognize it. It's a Caprice Canena motor carriage.
Yes. Okay, I guess I'm in my underwear at least. Jesus. Magnum says butter of Commodore Red is empty. Yeah, can I put some fucking pants on? Yes, take all. Ungained. Yeah, we're putting the pants on. I'm gonna be distracted if I have to watch this middle-aged man run around with no pants on. It's gonna be all I'm gonna think about. Yay, he's dressed. Disco ass blazer. Sometimes you need an ass blazer.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants.
I fished them out.
It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door. The whirling in rags is a hostel cafeteria on the urban coast, frequented by dock workers.
Okay, is there anything else I should grab over in this section before... Oh, my tie.
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades.
You just flung that shit in the air. Grab the tie.
You reach out to grab the tie, but what's this? Diffuse,
A critical
radiating
failure.
chest pain. Doom comes over you.
I fucking die.
This is bad. Feels like sharp stones grinding in your chest and keeping you from moving. For quite a long time.
Jesus.
Still ongoing. Now is a good time to start worrying. Finally, the pressure recedes. You find yourself covered in cold sweat and trying not to move, hoping it will keep you from dying. You know what you should do. You should stop the fan and then try again. It'll get easier. Do it if you want to die. The stabbing pain in your chest is telling you you're hanging by a thread here. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain. The lights are off. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. The lights are off.
Okay, I'm just gonna stop messing with that. I don't need to burn my fingies. Looks like someone tore out the tape while the song was playing. Ruler player still on rolling empty. I need a bath. I just got dressed, but I need a bath. Words to describe how rank it smells in here. They should have sent a poet. See bottles in the bathtub, wine, beer, and sweet liquors. Anything else in here? I walk to the door. May I open the door? I guess not. Guess I'm not allowed. My shit-ass apartment. What's that? Okay, it's empty cassette tape. I guess it's everything that's in there. Iguanas. Minus 4 degrees centigrade, bad broken condition. Fausa. It's March, the year's 51. Fausa, I just. Whatever. Talk to this nice lady.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28.
Officer? Am I military personnel?
No.
Then why'd you call me an officer?
Because you're a police officer, sir.
You're shitting me.
I'm not. Unless you've been shitting us all this time.
All this
You've been
time.
here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
And what business is that?
Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
You have no doubt about the drinking. But do you strike yourself as a tight-lipped drunk? She must have heard something.
Pretty sure I would do very badly with it. Who in their right mind would let me be an officer of the law?
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
Why don't I remember being a cop or anything else?
Could it be because of the drinking?
She raises an eyebrow, the cigarette sizzles.
She hasn't had time to put her makeup on. This is her morning cigarette. She looks tired, her beauty waning faster than it ought to at her age.
I might not know where I am or who I am or what a caprice cinema is. How I know what one sounds like.
She nods.
What I do know when someone's not telling me the whole story. What am I doing here? What's my case?
There's a mercenary out back. He's been hanged. The body has been there for a week now. The locals probably got tired of it and called the cops.
Why didn't you just tell me that?
I didn't mean to overwhelm you with information. You seem a bit lost, officer.
Should we try? Try the expression on her. Let her know you want her physically.
The words have already left your mouth.
What was that? That's not even how words are used. What did you say? Come on. Say it again.
I said I wanted to have sex with you.
No. You see, that's not what you said. You said...
But she's unable to finish, consumed with laughter.
Come on, man. Pretty, please. One more time.
I said I want to have fuck with you.
Goddamn right you did. You crazy asshole, you. What kind of cop are you?
I'm sorry, I don't know why I said that. You're pretty. I'm sorry. I'm the sorry cop.
Don't be. It was funny. And anyway, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit about any of it? So what if you can't pull grade A pussy anymore? There are other things in life. More meaningful, more fitting for a man your age. This is Fata Morgana. One thing, though.
She extinguishes her cigarette.
It's gonna suck for you later when you have to interrogate me. And for the record, no, I didn't do it.
I'm gonna make this man's life miserable. Looks like she left a nice long sub in the ashtray. It's still smoking. This is a weekend edition of satirical newspaper Tram Le Monde. Trump Le Monde. I can't speak. Read to pass time, buy a book. Reading passes time quickly. I don't know why I'm doing this voice, but it's the voice I feel like doing. Summer door closed for winter. This is where the lyrics would be. Big old karaoke mic, just waiting for someone to sing into it. Speakers connected to the radio, the music is seasoned with static.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
My soul is puny.
Of course, like a small animal that only comes out at night. All it needs is to be heard. Through a PA system. By other people.
What should I sing when it comes to it?
You should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious.
Of course, that'll really get a gauge on my soul with that one.
Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic song. Who's laughing now? No one. You would need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed.
Find sufficiently tragic tape and play on a boombox to memorize the lyrics, and ask the cafeteria manager to perform it, preferably in the evening where people are, and then we'll set tape and song. So yeah, we'll try that. Menu has been wiped clean, only the word Monday is written on it. Woman's hand wrote yesterday's menu, today's starts in a man's handwriting. This is a water cooler. A large bubble is rising to the surface. The pair of an electric juicer comes to the kitchen. Someone is working it. Talk to that guy in a second. Sign reads, mess hall reserved for union members, doors open 1600 hours. Did you catch a glimpse of union paraphernalia? Strike poster, some red pennants. The Royal Pinball machine is unplugged. Oh, hey, is that dude everyone talks about, Kim? Talk to this lady first. We'll talk to Kim last.
Hello, sweetie.
You know, the cryptozoologist's wife. Ooh, she's my bestie now.
You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
She points toward the man in the orange bomber jacket. I want to talk to this guy first. And then we'll talk to Kim.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. Everything is cool between you and this guy. He's a big fan. Make some small talk.
Oh, it's empathy. Oops. Maybe next time I'll pick something a little more balanced. Are you the bartender?
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This seems like a touchy subject.
What's the difference?
I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in.
Where did this Sylvie go?
She just, you know.
He shrugs.
His eyes dart from left to right. This man isn't lying, but he is hiding something.
She just what?
So now you're a cop. Oh, forget it.
Look at the stuffed bird.
A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. This is the great skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world you are in right now. The small steel tag says as much. The great skua. Stegoarius skua.
Can I help you with that?
Look, your buddy is over there.
He looks at the doors where a man in a bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor.
Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
What do you mean, my buddy?
He pretends not to hear you. A competent work of taxi. Looks like the bird was... This is the great... The small steel tag says
What happened
as
to
much.
the bird?
Look, your buddy is... Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you.
Fine. What's over here? Talk to the dude, I'm pretty sure it's Kim. Doors bolted, side brings kitchen reserved for personnel until 1300. Fine. We'll go talk to Kim.
The theme on that pinball machine is a standard royalist theme. Used on everything, from pinball cabinets to full-flavor cigarettes.
What are its hallmarks?
Clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the profiteers and homosexuals. Basically, imagine a yellow plastic crown with a liquor brand emblazoned on it.
The idea of a king in a century gone is pretty fascinating.
The sentiment is called anti-centennial nostalgia, pining for a time before the turn of the century. It's common even now, after 50 years. A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot
I
on
get
the
his
floor.
jacket.
Looks like he's waiting for someone.
Hello, Kim
You.
Kitsurage.
As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, Kimothy.
On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white rectangles as on your blazer.
I guess I'll shake his hand.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Leo
Kitsuragi.
Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name.
Conceptualization medium. I invented a name for yourself.
Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go.
It is not yet time.
Okay then.
He processes the information, then disregards it.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
You mean him? Nod towards the cafeteria manager. Yeah, I just talked to him.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
Yes, the police. I'm aware I'm a policeman.
Right. And the interviews?
What interviews?
At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice.
I haven't.
Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Dead body?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like dead bodies.
Sure. But did you take it down from the tree?
No.
So, the body is still in the tree, where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
How can you be so sure I'm from the police?
I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the Citizens Militia on your sleeve and on your back.
He points to your jacket.
I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General.
Inspectorate General means Internal Affairs. What he's saying is he's not from the Rat Squad and isn't supposed to suspect such things.
Ah, you mean the Rat Squad?
No need for derogatory terms. They're only doing their job.
You said insignia. These white rectangles, you mean? Point to your sleeve.
Yes.
But they're just white rectangles.
They're not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revachol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job.
But shouldn't I have a badge or something? Checks your pockets.
You mean you don't have a badge?
Pretend you found it. I have my badge. I'm a policeman and I have my badge.
Oh, if you didn't have your badge, then that would be very bad. You would need to report it on my shortwave. But since you do have it, we can go straight to the task at hand.
What if I told you I'm not really a police officer?
We all feel that way sometimes. There is no such thing as a police officer, I'm afraid. What remains is that there is a dead body in the tree. Someone has to figure out who put it there. If we don't, no one else will.
Something about just like his dialogue. It's weirdly philosophical. You're giving me Hannibal Lecter vibes.
And then, soon after, dead bodies would be dangling from all the trees.
Lovely.
But first, we have to take it down.
Let's go. Leave.
After you, officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
Cool. It's ready. Badge missing. Radio in the motor car. Interview that guy. Inspect the body. Oh. Let's talk to Bro again. See if we can't get any info out of him. Now that we have Kim with us, maybe Kim will be more persuasive than I am.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right?
The lieutenant
You run this
glances
place.
into his little notebook.
Yes.
He responds tersely.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
He looks to you, realizing he still doesn't know your name. The Harbinger of Ruin.
What?
Nothing, I just wanted to see what happens if I say that. Now I do.
What is this? A joke to you? Is this what you get when you call the police now? This guy?
He turns to the
We've been
lieutenant.
waiting for a week here.
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are here to do a job. And for us to do it, I need you to stay calm.
Yes, of course.
He takes a step back.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us. It was you who placed the call, correct?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
He looks behind a pile of coasters, finds a slip of paper, and hands it to the lieutenant.
This sounds like something you can use to call this Sylvie later.
Probably yes.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many cafeterias I manage.
Bro, I thought you said you managed 3.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective.
He turns to you.
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions.
Right then, questions. I got this.
His face expresses profound doubt in your having this.
I'm very much enjoying this game so far. This shit rules.
Ask him about the body's location before asking him if he killed him. People give up information in the more innocuous questions, which you can later use in the more sinister ones, not vice versa.
Where exactly is the body?
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there.
He points to the kitchen behind him. And how do we get there then?
That's easy. See that door there? First you
the
exit through
west.
that. Then, to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
This man means the heavy cavalry of the innocents Franco-Negro, sweeping over the plains and nations of the enemies of mankind, 5th century style. Unified currency and the concept of cool came in their wake. They wore lamella and carried guns. But first and foremost, Franco-Nigerian heavy cavalry was really, really wide. That hole in the fence must be enormous.
Why did Sylvie go away?
Haven't you asked me that already? What is it with you and this woman? She has nothing to do with this.
No, before I asked you where, now I'm asking you why she left.
Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that.
Thank you.
Lieutenant says. He opens his little notebook at the cover. The number is safely tucked away in a small pocket. Didn't go well?
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching.
I guess I like to be thorough.
Good for you. Was there
Everything has to
something
do with
else?
something, so I clicked
I'd
on
like to get
accidentally.
back to what I was doing.
Who killed him?
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
This is it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is this they, if he doesn't know?
Before you said they hoisted him up on a tree, who do you mean by they?
Oh, people are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching.
Who exactly is saying that?
The locals, customers, the people who eat here, a lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows that the dock workers did it.
Did the debarders themselves tell her this, or is it a rumor?
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her.
Why would the dock workers lynch this man?
I would suppose it's because they have nothing better to do.
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The unionistas probably thought they'd send a message.
Did you kill him?
What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him.
I have another question.
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling in.
That's all.
Let's go.
Not
30
so fast.
experience.
You owe me 130 real.
Eh, fuck it. Slip away unnoticed. I kind of just booked it out of there, though.
As you blow this joint, behind you, a whiny voice shouts.
Real mature, man. Real mature.
I am. I'm the most mature. Thank you for noticing. Bottle of rum has been knocked over. Beautiful dark liquid is spilling out. A man is sleeping at the table wearing mud-caked boots and rolled down overalls. The back of his shirt reads Wild Pines encircled by a logo with a tree.
A colorful piece of plastic is dangling from his carabiner. Makes your fingers itch. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
Examine the piece of plastic on his carabiner.
It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo. Santiago S. John. The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Use magnesium to heal your morale if you have morale damage.
Steal a dock worker's ID.
Your fingers find their way into the shackle, flicking open its spring-loaded gate. The metal loop holds the plastic ID and a leather-bound pocketbook.
And the man?
The man emits a loud snore. Is he about to wake up? Doesn't look like it, but you never know. Better be quick.
Steal a document.
You slip the plastic ID card out of the loop and pocket it. The man continues to snore. Just for the record, you look nothing like the man on the document.
Strip through the pocketbook and take what's inside.
You find a black paper note with a woman's profile on it. Seems like this woman lived centuries ago. The note says, 5 real. It feels nice and greasy.
Does the Lieutenant see me?
No, he's looking the other way. Perhaps purposefully.
Close the carabiner.
The sleeping dock worker has little to say about your actions. He remains silent.
We should probably talk to him.
You gently shake his shoulder, but nothing happens. This man could probably sleep soundly in a ship's engine room.
Alright, let's leave then. Let's pull this popsicle stand. Okay, called Sylvia using Kim's shortwave. Report my badge missing using the radio. So let's head outside. Should probably talk to Kim more. Riva Shoal. Oranier. Clostier. I probably butchered those still, even with the pronunciation guide. Sign reads, fuck the police. Hell yeah. A-cap. Heap of snow melts in the wheelbarrow. Pigs go home. The street name is illegible. Close for winter, please use main entrance. Goods from the lorry haphazardly litter the surroundings. It's over here. Ah, welcome to the radio show. Let's look at the magazines. Shouldn't get too far from the area, but let's look. Busting Magazine, most able-bodied men. This issue hosts a top 10 list. Jump Jams, a popular music mag. Is the body over there? Whoa. We'll go back to that in a second. Fritzik. 3 T's. How idiomatic.
Yes?
Tell me about the case.
What do you want to know?
Literally anything. I can't remember a single thing.
Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit.
A young woman told me a mercenary has been hanged. The manager thinks it was the Union that did it. That's all.
Then you are not that far behind, actually. Do you want me to brief you?
Brief. Yes, that sounds good.
3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
Wait, does the briefing say who the victim was?
A security guard or worker of some sort, hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth.
Why didn't we know anything about the caller?
They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex.
Why hide themselves?
There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that.
Hold on, and the RCM is...
That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia.
Revachol.
We're the police in this city.
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizen Militia, is the police force you and him are part of. A self-organized peace corps of the occupied city of Revachol. The RCM operates within a legal twilight, yet its authority is rarely questioned. It's super useful to know this.
Let me just make this perfectly clear. Our job here is to find the killer?
That's right.
Would you say this is a mysterious case?
No, it's not a particularly mysterious case.
Why not?
The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
Okay, so this case probably isn't mysterious, but could it be sexy?
There was some interest in this case at my station, but not for the reasons you have in mind. You seem to wish there was
Maybe there's a young woman involved.
Yes, it just so happens there's a beautiful, blonde 19-year-old woman at the heart of this case. A rich one, in fact. Part of a murder sex cult.
The wary tone is the surest indicator that the lieutenant is being sarcastic.
You're being sarcastic, aren't you?
Extremely.
It can still
Destroy
be
me,
an
Kim.
otherworldly sex mystery in your head, with a dark twist even. He's basically challenging you to sex it up with some lurid twist. Don't get right into it. Sit on it a bit, then hit him with it.
If we're from different precincts, why are we in the same case?
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
He considers the phrasing. What do you mean?
You don't know?
His eyes narrow.
I assumed you were in on it.
You know what I'm in on? Retrograde amnesia.
Better still than an imbecilic cop-off.
Cop-off?
It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case?
Actually, I have all I need for now.
Good.
I'm convinced him that there's a sexy twist later. I think you should know I can't remember anything.
No response. He just arches his brow. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
I feel like I must repeat this. I don't remember anything. There was heavy drinking involved.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
But I'm completely lacking basic information about even this organization we're in. Can you help me?
Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation.
Fine.
Focus on other people's troubles, not your own. That is a relief.
Okay, forget it.
A moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the sports watch on his wrist.
You seem to be following me.
Excuse me?
Nothing, just an observation.
You have a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide.
What do you mean distinctive?
I hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegial observation. In the 57th, we call it the Jamrock Shuffle. Officers from Jamrock's 41st Precinct tend to move a bit erratically.
How's that?
They say it's a scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence. It's erratic, yet thorough. Prioritizes containers.
Yes, but containers contain things, shiny things. They're interesting.
You're clearly white. I'm not going to say that's racist to an Asian man. You're kidding. White containers.
I don't know. Containers contain, I guess. I'm making assumptions. We should move on.
I want to talk about you.
Me?
Yes, you.
I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation.
We'll work better together if we have more rapport.
That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know?
You're wearing glasses.
That's correct.
You feel a slight
Legendary
urge to put the
failure.
lieutenant down for this. But you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
Just observing.
I guess you don't need glasses, then.
You don't look like other people around here. That is kind of racist, but I want to see what it does.
That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic.
What is Seoul?
It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity, and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting.
Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, pan-Isolari state west of the insular Indian Isola. Actually, it's quite interesting. Some would even say mysterious.
You're only making it sound uninteresting. I still want to know more about Seoul.
You're barking at the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular Revacholier.
He seems the most proud of these things.
A point of pride to him.
Tell me a secret about yourself.
No.
Lieutenant narrows a single eyebrow. Oh, okay.
The lieutenant nods.
Do you ever talk with yourself?
What do you mean?
You know, when you're thinking, do you ever have conversations with, like, your brain?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
So you're saying your brain never just chimes in with advice or warnings or anything?
I can't say that it does, no. When I need to think, I just use my notebook.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages. We all have our different mediums. His is written.
That's all for now.
Good. Let's change the subject.
We'll get to that later. Okay, I'm not sure we can get through there. Well, maybe we could. What's in the trash can? Take more magnesium. Elysium, thank you. Talk to this fella.
Welcome to Rivachol.
Announces the rotund man. The remark isn't addressed to you, it's addressed to the lieutenant. Why are you addressing my partner like that?
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago.
Fuck him up, Kim.
Every school of thought and government has failed in this city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
You tell him.
It's men like you who keep Revachol
Pays no
divided,
attention.
making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
He's right, you're undermining our best shot at real self-determination.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Rivachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Fucking A, Kim, I've got your back. Give Lieutenant a punch on the shoulder.
You two make a cute couple. You know that.
The lorryman spits. Maybe we are a couple. You don't fucking know.
The
He's my
lieutenant
husband now.
exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Now that that's settled, we have a couple of questions.
Whatever you say, officers.
He waits impassively, cigarette swirling between his fingers.
He smells of heavy motor oils and his breath of high tar content cigarettes, probably Astra Whites.
What are you hauling?
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation.
What kind of cargo are you supposed to pick up?
Apples.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Sounds like a cover story to me.
Look, as detective, I come from a long line of lorrymen. We got ancient rights and privileges.
He loses his patience for explaining it.
Oh, I'm here to pick up a load of fucking apples, man. Just regular, Koiko picked apples.
Koiko may be another derogative for a person from Grad, you think.
Oh, so they grow apples in Grad?
Yep, it's one of their main exports. They grow them down South Yekokata. A beautiful place. Got great scenic vistas.
This guy fucking sucks.
In fact, Yekokata is a desolate wasteland whose name literally translates to Zone of Ecological Catastrophe. It features no scenic vistas and supports virtually no plant or animal life.
Yekokata is not in the south, and they definitely don't grow apples there.
Yeah? Says who?
It's literally in the name, Zone of Ecological Catastrophe.
Then, I guess they grow apples somewhere else. You can never really tell with those koikois. They're everywhere, except their own homes.
Keep saying that. What does that actually mean?
He means the people living in Grad.
Yeah, you know, Gradniks, Gradvolk, those degenerates from Grad.
Oh, so it's an ethnic slur.
Hey, if the name and description fit by the very grace of nature, who am I to say otherwise?
I said that a little too peppily, but the man has, like, brain damage or something, so he's just like, ah, you said a slur to me. So can I see the apples?
Did you miss the part where I said they aren't here yet? Besides, even if I did have some, I wouldn't go putting my nose in them, huh?
He looks at you with a strange glint in his eyes.
Relax. You've got all you can get here. He probably doesn't even know what he's hauling, even if it is something unsavory. So he'd remain unaccountable.
You said something about the rights and privileges of lorrymen?
Oh yeah, they're a big deal. My great-grandfather was a carter, had a royal license and everything. We've tried to hold on to our privileges.
And that's a privilege?
Sure fucking is. We have a guild and everything, huh? Very ancient. Very prestigious.
So it's kind of a union.
Hell no. It's a guild. Invitation only. Unions work for the rich fucks. They're basically the same. Been trying to fuck us out of our heritage in the name of profit, but you can't replace experience. Trusting street thugs with their goods is going to fuck them right up the ass. Mark my words. Generations of practice and no laughing matter.
What was that argument all about?
It's about biological determinism, natural law, the sorting of the races.
Man, this could get worse I know he's in the name, racist lorry driver, but every second I spend near this man, I feel yuckier and yuckier. He spits on the ground. I should spit on him.
Not the most popular topic nowadays, with a coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic. That is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep.
To be honest, I can't really remember what that means. Please explain.
People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that.
Yeah, I can really tell you're a prime example of superior design.
Open your eyes. Haven't you noticed something different lately? An unfortunate downturn, maybe? Huh? When members of the superior race cease to believe in their innate superiority, they stop competing for resources.
Okay, and?
This concerns you, policeman, so you better be vigilant. The damn kips are showing up good lately. Same with the mosquitoes. And the other intruder species too. They're on the precipice of cultural victory.
Kim, I'm so sorry that I'm making
Cultural
you deal with this
victory?
man more.
What is this then?
Right, I've already made up my mind. Want to hear it? Jump ahead.
Oh?
Yeah, I'm not down with this. Why don't you go fuck yourself?
Don't push your luck, runt.
The man gives you a disgusted look and turns his attention elsewhere, ignoring your presence. What's in here?
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
What is this machine?
Oh, that's the tear machine.
The clerk looks up out of her magazine. Yes, but what is it now? But what is it?
It's a machine for tear. You know, you find tear outside, like bottles or whatever, and put it in the machine. Then it gives you money.
I see, and how do I pick up tear for the tear machine?
You need a bag, I guess. We used to have some, but we gave them all out, so...
She shrugs awkwardly.
Feel free to use it if you find a bag, though. I'm sure there are some out there. Somewhere.
She points outside. Let's see. Melancholy pop song plays on the radio. Yellow roses, dozens of them. Tulips, too.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
She returns to her magazine.
What's that magazine she's reading?
What magazine are you reading?
You mean this?
She looks at the cover, boasting a colorful photo of two girls kissing.
This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
Forget about all that. What is this fashion police feature? Point at the cover.
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish.
Went to her hat. I bet your hat would take the prize.
No. I don't like it. I hate it.
We are not the fashion police. We're the real police.
Before we go on, what is this Frit?
I don't know. Frit?
And why is it written with 3 T's?
I think they think that the extra T makes it funkier.
She chews on her
It
gum with
doesn't.
disgust.
The story goes that normal Fritta, with 2 T's, a men's workwear shop in Vredefort, was already taken. So when Fritta Retail Inc. grew into a multinational corporation, they had to add an extra letter to avoid trademark infringement.
Let's proceed. I have some questions for you.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but
She puts down the magazine. Can you tell me anything about the dead body?
I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so
How long has it been there?
I don't know really long.
What do you think happened?
I don't know.
No need to worry. It's
Jen's
just
voice is
standard
soothing and
procedure for us
professional.
to ask around. If you hear anything, let us know, okay?
Okay.
She scratches her nose. Did you know the man who died?
Not really.
Not really? Does it mean you knew him a little?
No. I didn't know him at all.
Thank you for your help.
Uh-huh.
She brushes a strand of hair off her face and tries to return to her magazine. Oh, there's the door. I'm a fool. Let's talk to them. And then we'll mess with the car, and then I'm probably gonna hop
The
off.
RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with?
Young woman looks up at you. You sound surprised.
We don't see a lot of police around here. That's all.
I have some questions for you.
Of course. What can I help you with?
We need directions.
Of course. Where to?
I'm looking for a dead body.
Oh, that's right there, in the yard.
She points north.
Even all the way over here, there's a drop of death in the spring air.
Where am I?
What do you mean?
I'm a bit disoriented. This is Revachol, right?
Yes, sir. District of Martinez. This intersection is called Roundabout North.
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
The lieutenant seems uncomfortable with the level of disorientation you are displaying. What is up in the north?
There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot, really.
What is in the east?
The harbor gates. Some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics. A fleet store, too.
What is in the south?
Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some kind of accident, probably.
What is on the other side of the canal?
Just coast. There's a little fishing village there, and a fish market. But that got closed down ages ago.
What is in the west?
It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands in the bay, but they're hard to reach.
Thanks, that's all for now.
No problem.
What is this fuck the police business?
Excuse me?
The street sign says fuck the police. Point to it.
Oh, well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here.
What about the other sign? Pigs go home. Who are the pigs?
I don't know anything about that either. As I said, I didn't write it.
Pig is a widely used term for members of the police. It's not loving.
No need to worry. We are not saying you did.
Okay. Well, I didn't.
She leans back, shoulders relaxing. Who are you exactly?
Me? I am just a gardener.
Cool, and what are you doing here?
I'm working.
Working on what?
I have a greenhouse in the yard there. I've been trying to get some work done.
But?
Well, As you already know, there's a corpse there, hanging from a tree. It smells pretty bad, so I have to take breaks.
Don't worry, miss. We are here to clean it up. You can get to work soon.
Thank you. My head is about to explode from all the salts I've had to inhale.
I feel bad. She has to work
Salts?
with this shit like
Ammonium salts. Perhaps useful for later.
I have to run.
Of course. I won't hold you back.
She wipes her brow with the canary yellow glove.
If there's a corpse, then you're going to need those gloves for the autopsy.
One more thing, can I borrow your gloves?
Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
She hands you the rubber gloves with no visible annoyance. Thank you. Well, it auto-saved. I'm not sure how to save it on my own, TBH. Do we have... Can we move stuff? We should probably move some stuff into Psyche, huh? If at all possible. So I'm awkward and I'm not very buff. Is my understanding. And thank you so much for checking out this game with me. If you've been enjoying the game, if you've been enjoying the series, if you enjoy my little bits of commentary, what have you, feel free to hit those like and subscribe buttons. Maybe leave a comment if you're feeling generous, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.